Are we on?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi to you.
Hi. Okay.
Oh, no coordination. I guess we're both doing black and white.
Yeah, I was going for the most minimal, slightly elegant, but really just like I don't feel like wearing clothes right now outfit. And I feel like it works. Plus look at my
Yeah, look at that.
this isn't really I needed like a shoe can. These are my shoes.
These are my shoes.
Those are, from that angle it looks awful.
My shoes look angle.
No, the shoes look good. I'm just saying like it's not very flattering.
It's not very flattering
in any way, shape, or form.
These are my Aladdin shoes.
They are very pointy.
Pointy, turned up toe.
Okay, so hold on one second.
This is the first time in a long time I have worn something that wasn't thermal.
Yeah, but it's still gonna get cool later today.
Right. So I have my pashmina in my bag so I can wrap up when I'm going home.
There's been things that have been happening in the news, but like all of it's been really just like ugh. So like I don't really. Somebody got shot. I saw over the weekend, like in oh my god, I'm so sorry, Minnesota.
You mean like a mass shooting? Oh, a brother.
Yes.
Amir. I can't remember his last name.
Yeah, it was very early in the morning.
It was wild. I saw the police body cam video.
Yeah, I don't watch that. And then that Miss America. Did you hear about that?
You mean the young woman who committed suicide?
Yeah, that was wild. That was last week. I was like, oh my god. I don't know. The Olympics are happening, but I don't know anything that's happening.
I've been watching the Olympics.
Okay. I haven't been paying attention to current events, so sorry. I've been like watching shows and just
what have you been watching?
There's a show called Pennyworth that is about, it's 2 seasons and it's like a
Is it a British James Bondy type thing?
No, it tells the story of Alfred, like from Batman.
I saw it.
It's really good.
Yeah, I've seen it. That's why. Yeah.
So I've been watching that. I don't know. I've just really been like, I've just been doing a lot of organizing. So I haven't really been like following stuff.
So you've been escaping reality?
No, not actually. No, like, or having to organize all the stuff I've had to organize was definitely facing reality. Like I went through every single Apple subscription, and I've done it before, but this time I did it like the third go over, and I was like, oh no, we don't need to pay for 3 astrological services.
Oh God.
I mean, it was really 2, but I'd shaved off 1 like before, and I was like, you don't even look at this. So anyway, what else happened? Oh, Joe Rogan, everyone is so mad. Everyone is big mad, and they should be. I'm not saying they shouldn't, but I'm just like, I don't understand. Like, you all knew that he was awful the whole time.
Did we expect any other
I can't believe he's running around saying all over the place, well, he shouldn't say it. And I'm like, well, he shouldn't have said it a long time ago, but I mean, y'all didn't care back then.
He said it.
I mean, it's
right. It's like completely wrong, and I'm glad that folks are going after him. But isn't it India Ari who posted? Right. I like her.
Yeah, I mean, I like her too. I'm happy that she said what she said, and I mean, I definitely can acknowledge that I know that it is good that these things be spoken out loud and things happen. However, we all know that nothing. I mean, the sum is going to be 0.
Well, because they paid him $100 million.
Right, like it's right.
They're not going to get rid of him.
Yeah, there's no.
And all of the,
well, they could and be like, they could. Not going to. They're not going to, but I'm saying that is an option.
It's totally against capitalism. They're not
right.
Going to do it. And, and the moment of self-flagellation that he like,
he's fine now. It's fine. Right. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Some of my best friends are.
Yeah,
And
some
I
of
used
my
to say
best
it
friends.
with, some of my other black friends. I don't know why you won't. But what was really interesting was watching, I saw a brief clip of the exchange between India Ari and the sister on ABC, Janae Norman. And she asked her, and India was very clear to say, I don't believe in cancel culture. That's not what I'm doing. She said, I just choose to not be involved and have my music on a platform that's going to do that. So I'm not, what they want to do with him is their business, but I don't want to be on it. And I thought everybody else who has dumped Spotify, get my music off of Spotify, is older than me. And she's the only person of, I guess, your generation
Yeah,
who has taken a stand. She seems to be the only black person who's taken a stand.
true.
Now, granted, all the stuff he was saying that angered, the sort of neo folk singers.
You talking about Neil Young and
Whose
Joni?
voice I love.
Joni. You know
Joni
who? You
Mitchell.
know who his best friend was, right? Rick James.
Mm-hmm. Rick James's band.
That makes me so. They both seem kind of grumbly old men.
Right.
But one likes
Neil Young
alcohol
played.
more, the other one likes cocaine more.
Neil Young was I think he was one of the, I don't know if he was one of the Funk Brothers, but he was one of the early musicians at Motown.
Oh, look at you, Neil Young.
So, but they took a stance regarding the lying about COVID.
Yeah.
And I guess NDRE was like, well, let me just look into this man a little bit more. Oh, wait, he said what? And then posted that.
Well, first of all, none of that. I mean, I thought everybody either knew it or just knew and didn't care.
That he said that?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
I'm like, Joe Rogan is an awful, like he's been awful. That's why I was like,
right, he's been awful, but I have never paid enough attention to him to know that he said or didn't say.
Yeah, he is like the scum of America.
And what was who did he play on television?
He didn't play anybody. He was the host of like Fear Factor.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And then I remember when I first moved out here to LA, I was calling something to look up a gym because I wanted to maybe like work out there or something. And I remember and I was new to LA.
And didn't say, oh, and Joe Rogan works out here?
Yeah, and I was like, so like I remember like when I first moved here telling people like looking at people like you sound stupid when you say that. Like I do not care. Mm-hmm. Brad Pitt I'm like, okay. I don't know him and he don't know me, and we're never gonna run into each other.
Oh my God, I got on the treadmill after Joe Rogan.
Ew.
Oh my God, I got on the elliptical after.
Yeah, I don't understand that, but in any case, yeah, I'm like he's like, okay, Howard Stern back in the day. I mean, wilding.
He said the most horrible things about Sue Simmons and Al Roker, the black anchors, who I had
the worst.
I had the honor of,
He
said horrible. I mean, just
horrible.
Right. And in fact, he and what was the black woman's name? His little black sidekick,
Robin.
Yeah. They said something about Sue Simmons, his sister, and Al Roker, of course. And then Howard Stern wanted one of our reporters who happened to have been white to come on and talk about something that we'd done a story on. And I was like, no one from this news department is appearing on his show. And they were like,
they were surprised. Like, what? Like, you're not gonna let us go on?
Well, because in the past they had gone on.
Oh.
Before, I mean, when I right.
So, I didn't know. I'm like, no, you all should not do that at all.
So he used to be on WNBC radio, right?
Right.
So all in the same building, colleagues, whatever.
Right. Yeah, we're friends.
And so he would invite, I want to do this story, and I'm going to invite this reporter who did the story on my show. That's how it would work. And then they got into a groove where, by the time I got there, he was a horrible person, and he was belittling physically I don't think he said anything racially, but
Just a horrible. I mean,
about
he knew how to say hurtful things.
and excuse me, and he said hurtful things, and so some reporter, one of our reporters who was white, said, "Oh, Howard Stern wants me to come on talk about whatever." I said, "No, no, no," and then I put out a little note: "No one from this station is going to appear on that show. We can reconsider it at the point where he says he was wrong about what he said and
Mhm.
apologizes. If no apology is coming, y'all not going on that show."
Right.
And that was that. And people were not happy.
Yeah.
Because, gave
Yeah.
them a bigger audience.
Okay, I have to. Okay. Question: Who's playing in the Super Bowl? The Rams versus the who?
Cincinnati Bengals.
Ah, yeah, I don't know anything. I don't know what's going on. Okay, and so does it now have to be in Arlington, Texas, like forever and ever? Did you see that? Something about from Roger Goodell. Like something happens. If someone knows what that is, please let me know. Because
After this year, the Super Bowl will be permanently in Arlington, Texas.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Well,
I don't
the
know.
dude who built the stadium in Arlington, Jerry Jones,
Yeah.
is like super big in the NFL. So maybe,
Yeah.
Roger Goodell
You
and
all
the
need
other
to
owners.
stop arguing.
Because the owners, it's so funny because sometimes when you hear things like, "Oh, Jay-Z is thinking about buying a team," or so and so is thinking about buying a team, that NFL, you can't buy a team and you can't be an owner unless what is it, 34, 32, unless those owners vote for you to be an owner. So even if you have the $1.3 billion in cash
Mm-hmm.
that you have to have, let's say you raise the money to buy the team,
Mm-hmm.
then you have to have over $1 billion in cash, free, available. There's not a whole lot of us who are in that position, number one. And two, even if somebody like Jay-Z, let's say, ends up with the cash, do we really think that those 32 or 34 white men are gonna, yeah, we want him in here? Because what? That's not gonna happen.
Well, I mean, sure. I guess I'm just kind of like, yeah, not yeah, whatever to you, but yeah, whatever to the whole point of, like, well, we need a seat at this table that exploits Black bodies.
I want to.
I'm just saying. I mean, but it's also capitalism. I get it. I'm just
I want to
saying.
say to you that, let's say, as that lawsuit by Brian Flores,
Yeah.
right? That lawsuit says with 70% of the players being black and only one head coach was black. And then yesterday, the Miami Dolphins announced that they were hiring Mike McDaniel. I was like, who's Mike McDaniel? They're referring to him as biracial. Oh, biracial what? What two races? Which two races?
White and white.
Well, they showed him on television last night. They had some video. He looks very white. So I'm assuming he's black and white. And they later on cleared up that yes, so he's black and white. So Miami.
Is one of his parents light skinned?
I don't know.
Okay. I'm just wondering.
I don't know. But Miami, the team that was named as a team that the owner tried to get Brian Flores to throw the games.
Right.
They hired this guy. He looked white, but he's black. And I'm not taking anything away from the black man, but so then I bring up that years ago, when I was the president at KMBC, I asked that they do a story on USC and the numbers of black males who were at USC who were on athletic scholarships.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And importantly, the numbers of black males at USC on athletic scholarships who graduated. Know what the percentage was?
0,
No, not 0.
4,
No, not 4.
14.
Close, 12.
That's bad.
12%,
That's really bad.
right? And that's not necessarily specifically knock USC, but it is to say, understand who gets recruited into the NFL. People who have been trained, men who have been trained to, if there's a choice between going to practice or going to class, even though you're on an athletic scholarship, if it's a choice between going to practice or going to class, you go into practice because that's why they brought you here.
Can I also mention something very quickly right here is that I have had a number of patients. I was just thinking about this. I've had a number of patients who were black males. And when they would, like, especially when it came to like bipolar disorder and stuff, they would always say to me like, oh, yeah, like they did well in school, in high school, like graduated like top of their class, whatever, went to college, had an athletic scholarship and did really, really well until like one day, not one day, it was building up, but like one day it was just like, they just lost it.
Yeah.
And then they just didn't get the chance to, finish because they were, unfortunately, their lives became consumed by mental illness, which is, something that I feel like no one's stealing my idea, but I feel like that's something that needs to be like discussed. Not discussed, but like a movie. Like, I guess what I'm saying is I've seen posts very recently on the internet about like, we need to pay more attention to black male mental illness. I mean, first of all, black men, no one's taking mental illnesses away from you. Like, no one's doing that. Maybe like, women talk about it more, but no one's taking that away from you. My point is that there are a number. I think it could be interesting if somebody were to investigate that as a phenomenon and how that could somehow translate into at least these black boys, black young men who, will, some of them may, end up with symptoms that are indicative of bipolar disorder. And then because there's some sort of attention to it, they end up getting the help they need and finishing college and maybe even going to the NFL if that's what they want to do, or whatever sports team.
You're saying that could be a solution.
Yeah, because it's like there's so many like black men like that I meet who are older now and before, like that's their story.
Is it that okay, let me ask this. Do you think that, as we understand when bipolar disorder manifests itself, right, that sometimes it happens at around the same age, right, like in the mid-20s or something like that,
like 19, 20.
Okay, do you think that
17 to like 20?
Okay, do you think that the pressure of leaving home, right? So I leave home, I go to college, I'm on a campus. I got to make decisions for myself. I got to figure out how to kind of sort of live on my own. I got to get myself to class. I'm taking classes I've never taken before. Do you think that such a merging of pressures,
you're saying are environmental factors an issue when it comes to the trigger predisposition for someone's DNA to manifest in certain ways?
Well,
yes, like it's nature versus nurture, like it's both. Yes, yeah.
So then let me ask a different question.
But also
part of happens. Yeah, but see, part of what you were saying in terms of if there was a safety net in place so that these young black men, upon going to college, could get some kind of
a safety net,
and therefore attention, that would then do what?
Would then allow it so that these, I'm not saying everybody, but these men don't end up like homeless, like, because here's the other thing to consider too. when because these are men who are bipolar, they may be either really, really severely depressed and irritable, or really, really like manic and irritable. And sometimes they'll be psychotic, like they'll have delusions and voices and stuff like that. And so unfortunately, they get pegged as angry black man because in a lot of ways they are, but that's not them. So I guess what I'm saying is if they were able to be identified and gotten the support that they needed, they wouldn't end up later on in life in these unfortunate positions.
Okay, so let me ask you this then.
Yes.
So here's a 17, 18-year-old college student, black
Yes.
male,
Yes.
begins to exhibit the signs of bipolar disorder.
Yes.
And then the campus infrastructure sends them to the infirmary, the counselor, the whatever.
Right.
And do you think that then the college university's going to take the stance of let's get this young man the help he needs so that he can continue in school, or let's get his ass off this campus? What do you think the college infrastructure is going to select?
It depends on the college.
No, even a black college.
Well,
Let's do even a black college.
I don't know of that ever happening because I've never experienced being at a school or hearing of anything like that before. But
Where a black male student began to exhibit
symptoms, and then the black school was like, get out of here. I'm saying it would be more apt to happen at a white school.
So just give some examples of how you think bipolar disorder might actually be seen or displayed in a college setting.
Drinking too much, just wilding, doing things that are really impulsive, high Idris.
Not going to class, not completing assignments.
And just being behaviorally, hi Russell.
Hi.
Not just that, I'm saying being behaviorally aggressive to a point where it's like it's beyond like I'm not going to class. It's beyond that.
Absolutely.
It's like,
but what I'm asking you is,
wow.
What I'm asking you is, do you see that the college or university sees as its role to assist a student who has been admitted but who is exhibiting, I'll call it antisocial or behavior that might be against the school's policies for behaviors?
Okay, see, I said I'm not picking on you. I'm saying I said bipolar, you said antisocial. It really depends upon how the administration of that school views that boy. If they view this black man as antisocial, that brings a whole host of other adjectives that are going to be negative, and he's going to get pegged. If they say, "Oh, we think he's having like an episode," meaning like a psychiatric mental illness episode, that I feel like in this day and age, like everyone has access now to mental health. I'm not saying everybody in the whole world, but I'm saying when it comes to like insurance stuff, like that used to be really, really hard to come by. And now everyone's like, you better offer it, because if you don't, like, something could happen and it could be pegged on you. So I do think that if the school views that young man as a human being and not like, antisocial, then he'll get the help that he needs. I mean, I think he would be more apt to get the help that he needs.
I don't think so.
But if they're like,
the reason why I don't think so is because that college or university sees as its primary role
to protect
educating.
Okay.
Right? Their primary role is to educate students.
Okay.
At the point where a student is ill, physically or mentally, that college or university, if it's not something that can be accommodated in a reasonably short time to get everything back to working as normal,
right,
they will ask the student to withdraw.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
so
okay.
they don't see themselves
Well, that's
as,
really sad.
what it may be sad, but I mean, isn't that what hospitals, other kinds of institutional facilities are for? Because now I'm going to ask it this way. On a college campus that has young people of maybe 10, 15,000 young people, maybe 3, 4,000 young people, someone who is having um, bipolar disorder, showing the symptoms and not necessarily getting appropriate treatment,
Right.
is not likely to get appropriate treatment on campus.
Yeah.
Okay. In which case, then,
Well, yeah. I mean, no, not for that. No.
right. So,
Yeah.
in which case, then, what you were saying, you hoped that we would get to a point, you know, I would hope that, an employer would help. If a school or university is going to help, I mean, where does the situation, the location for that kind of help to be given lie? That's all I'm saying. Earlier, what you were hoping for could be, I'm saying to you, I don't think it's realistic to expect it to be in that environment.
Okay.
I think detection
Yeah, I mean, I don't have
could
any input. I'm like, I don't know. I'm just hoping for the best,
well,
but
I was a
apparently
college
not.
trustee for, I don't know, 10, 12 years. It's not. I think that it would be hoping that there could be the support services to identify and help get those persons to the kind of treatment they need, but that's not going to happen while you're on campus.
Right. Um, just as an FYI, you guys do know that I have a private practice. It's called Dark Matter Psychiatry. It's at darkmatterpsychiatry.com. And
Is it dark matter or matters plural?
Dark Matter,
Okay.
singular, psychiatry, darkmatterpsychiatry.com. But there have been people who have, like my I do have an office number. And if you text it or call it, it will go to me. So there have been people that have asked me. I mean, and I'll ask them like, are you looking for psychotherapy versus like psychiatric, like medication management? There was a woman last week. I don't remember her name, but she was like, I can't find any Black psychiatrists out in Florida where she lives. And so I just did a Google search and I was like, here you go. And she was like, thank you, Dr. I'm sorry, I don't remember, but I'm gonna find it in a second so I can shout this person out.
Who, the psychiatrist?
Yeah, the Black psychiatrist, a woman. Hold on.
Well, you referred her to somebody else because you can't practice in
I don't
Florida.
practice in Florida, but this particular Black psychiatrist, like she had like a gang of state licenses.
Mhm.
So I was like, nice. I was like, look at you. I'm gonna find it in a second. My bad, you guys.
In the meantime,
meantime,
Brandon put up your
yes,
dark and
he has. It's been
in this session today?
it's on right now. There's a filter over this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And have you gotten patients?
Hmm. Yeah, I've been getting patients. I hired a medical biller. Well, I guess yesterday officially. I mean, it's when I started sending her like all my stuff. I was trying to do it
And
myself.
You
but
brought up the medical biller because why?
just because I needed a medical bill.
Because you have that many patients now.
Yeah,
Oh,
and I
okay.
need to get paid. I need to get paid. Like submitting a claim is like it's a puzzle, and the things.
But I get it. I'm just asking why you brought that up. That was to talk about the volume of patients you're getting. That you can't handle the billing because it's
no, it's
enough.
not the volume. But that's what I was saying. Like billing is a puzzle. It doesn't make sense. Like it's just So anyway, Dark Matter Psychiatry is my private practice. Also, tomorrow I will be finally doing this pilot for my podcast, Imani State of Mind. I today in my car, in my new car, a Tesla. It's like riding an iPhone with wheels and a battery, basically.
Oh, who told her to get a Tesla years ago?
Honestly, like, yeah, you did, but like, yeah, I had to get there because you don't just arrive there, especially if you're used to like regular cars.
Oh, that's true.
That's because you're much younger than I am and you don't remember what real cars are really like. I mean, yeah. In any case, I looked myself up on the little podcast thing, and so I saw my face in my.
On your car's big screen.
Yeah. It's so like I don't know.
I
I feel
love
like I really like the car, but I feel like it's very distracting, and I feel like it's not hands free, and that kind of like makes me like it's not very hands free for me.
I don't recommend any hands-free anything in the car.
I'm saying just like text it. Like I used to be able to text by voice in my car.
And your car doesn't do that?
No,
Oh.
no.
You can no longer vocally say period, comma, smiling face,
Why?
because you can't voice text in the car.
I voice text in my car. I just hook it up to the Bluetooth.
You want the Tesla?
Yeah, yeah, I do that. Yeah.
Oh, so you can voice text in the Tesla.
But I have to pick up my phone. Like I had Apple
Wow.
CarPlay before, and everything is integrated. So I was never like
Oh, and
Ever.
Tesla doesn't do Apple CarPlay.
no. So you're or Android, whatever Android people. I don't know what y'all. Google Play or something. So you're at the I mean, it's a great interface, but you're at the mercy of the Tesla interface.
I never talked to my car, but I thought I could get my emails and texts.
But I mean,
and-
like even like I want to listen to music now. Like I have to do this in my old car. I would just like could like always like looking forward and just been like da, 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 boop, and then that's it.
Oh, what's the woman's name? The voice?
Alexa.
Yeah. Does Alexa work in your car?
Oh, that's for Google. I don't know.
Alexa's
Huh?
Alexa's Amazon, Siri is Apple.
Yeah. So no, there's no Alexa in the Tesla.
Google is Google.
I thought you could.
Mm-mm. It's a woman's voice. I don't know who that is. Bye. Okay. See you. Yeah, I
I
don't.
don't use, the only thing I use Alexa for is on my what is it, the stick at home.
Oh my
when I
God!
wanna
If
tell
you
it to
don't,
find
if you don't
something.
leave that stick alone, oh my God!
That's it. Oh yeah, remember.
I told you forever. Like, get a Google Chromecast. It's so easy.
I have to set those up for my grandpa. Then yeah.
You didn't set it up.
No.
It's been like 2 years since they got them Google Chromecast. Idris, you want to know how to set it up? You slide it in your TV.
No, it's
That's
for my-
all you have to
it's for my
do.
grandpa.
That's all you have to do.
It's for my grandpa.
It is so simple.
So I had the Chromecast and I gave it to him and it's now on in his room.
All right.
I've used it before.
In China.
All right, you missing out though. I guess because you want all your stuff in one place. That's like Apple CarPlay. The way that I do it now is like the Tesla interface. I'm like, okay, wait, hold on. I gotta go to this app and then I'm gonna go.
Well,
over
you
here.
should write to Tesla and ask them to.
Dear Mr. Tesla, can you please put it? There's so many forums on the internet about like why won't Tesla just incorporate? Yeah, like
Mr. Musk.
Please, Mr. Musk, please, Mr. Musk, can you please put Apple CarPlay in my car? Thank you. You'd be like, who? Why? No.
Like,
Hi, Shays, thank you.
Does anybody have any questions that they're
wait,
trying to
why
answer?
don't you just
No, they just
to
like
appreciate it?
hi. Oh, somebody said, oh, hold on. I'm sorry. Not somebody. I can't see that with my glasses on. Is it Takika? Oh, thank you. I got a Tesla. It's pretty cool. I think I might end up getting like the big one. I wish they would come up like a big one, like a Suburban.
Like the cyber trucks that look like Minecraft cars.
No, that's a Hummer. So whatever.
So you know that years ago we tried to get your mother to get a Prius and she refused.
And then I got
don't want it,
one.
It's ugly. And so
They were ugly.
She got a Volvo something.
And then I
which
got a
she
Prius.
didn't like. And
Excuse me. No.
And then she
I
got
love
a
that
Prius.
car.
And then she got a
Why?
Prius.
See, you see how you be making up stories? You see how you make
And
it?
then years ago,
What are you doing?
my company car, I could buy it for almost nothing. And it was a Mercedes Benz. I asked her if she wanted it. No, I don't want that. And what's the car that she always then gets?
A Mercedes.
And then we suggest Roosevelt and I have had Teslas since 2012.
Congratulations.
We should get a Tesla because the savings regarding gas is
and
amazing.
they were so ugly.
And she said,
"Oh my God,
Fine.
they were so."
my car is beautiful.
I don't care about what my car
When I first because I used to like buttons. I mean, I still like buttons. I want like little lights and things like. I want to feel like I'm in like a spaceship.
That sounds like
But now I feel like I'm in a spaceship, so it's fine. But I was like, this car looked like a rental car with a big iPad in it.
I mean, it saves you.
I was like, no,
if you're
vegan leather. What?
No, we don't have vegan
I
leather.
have vegan. I have real leather.
That is a later development. Ours are real leather, and we have.
Great.
They made 1,000 of our cars.
If you save like $50 on gas, well, yeah, that's a lot of money. Because $50 can get a lot of stuff.
I was driving on La Cienega last week, and the gas was $5.99 a gallon.
That's too much.
And when you convert the cost of operating a Tesla, electricity to gas, it's under $1 a gallon.
Mm-hmm.
And since our house is solar, we have solar.
Oh, look at
Our
this!
houses
Look
run-
at
and
what
cars
Brand
run
told
off
me.
of solar.
Fun and odd fact: the Tesla model spell out sexy as S3XY. Who said that? Granny said that. Is that the car you got? The sexy Tesla? That's what you got? The S.
I think that. Yeah,
I have an SP85. I don't know what that is called. Sexy anything.
I don't know.
Are you gonna name your Tesla?
No.
I'm gonna save up money to get a Tesla. I'm gonna name it something like Booze.
I like that.
Yeah.
I wish they came in different colors though. These colors are just like, ugh, y'all gotta work
feel
this
like
Mine
out.
is silver. That's why I'm keeping mine forever
I
because
feel like
they don't even make silver ones anymore.
Yeah, I feel like it's.
I mean, but
You know that Tesla that like comes on the street sometimes where it's like black and white with a red stripe down the middle?
I hate that ugly car.
That they had that car custom.
Yeah, I feel like you
You
can
can
get
have your
custom
cars wrapped and stuff, but
Oh, that's a wrap.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
probably a wrap.
I thought they got like something super cool. No. Okay.
Tesla doesn't sell colors like that. That kind of a combination.
You would never answer that question. I'm sorry,
What question?
CA.
What's the question?
What is Paula's favorite part about the TV business and her least favorite aspect of it?
Her favorite part about the TV business is being able to get companies mad sometimes if they mess up. Like,
No, my favorite part about the TV business was getting more black people on television. That was my favorite part.
at least favorite part.
Or I guess that was my favorite role. The favorite part about TV. I like entertainment is fun. It's interesting. But, a lot of times, like, I wish I knew that sister. What's her name? Quinta? Quint. She's a sister who created and who stars in Abbott Elementary, which I think is one of the funniest shows I've ever seen.
Oh yes, Black Office.
Right. And she's so good. And she created it.
Oh, Quinta Brunson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quinta Brunson. She created it. She writes it. She stars in it. Sister's brilliant. And teachers who I know have said there are so many aspects of that show that are
Relatable, real.
mhm,
Yes.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
So that's my favorite part. And what was the other part? What would I change?
Least favorite or something? Least
My
favorite.
least favorite was how racist it is.
Yeah.
Everything's racist.
Well, that's my least favorite part about everything.
Well, yeah.
Speaking of funny black shows, I want the new Boondocks out already. It's been like a year.
Boondocks is not coming out. Well, it's not coming out with who was doing it? Netflix. They have there's an article that said that they backed out. They're not doing it. Now they may
That's
get
so
somebody else to do it, but that sounds like there was serious creative differences
Yeah.
when they announced that they're doing it, and then a year later, no, we're not.
Yeah.
Question: have you watched Euphoria?
I haven't. Roosevelt has been watching it and he likes it. He actually said to me, Zendaya is actually a really good actress.
She is a good actress.
And I said she is.
Yeah.
But the bits that I saw about it, there's a lot of.
Well, you would never watch that.
No, I don't like a whole lot of the dark, seamy side, drugs and whatever. I grew up in a neighborhood where all that crap was going on. I'm not trying to be entertained by that.
Not trying to
in case anyone wanted to know, I haven't watched it because I just missed the boat. Like I just feel like there are certain shows where I just missed it, and I just missed it. And it's fine.
Oh, and you don't want to go back and catch up?
No,
I was unable to watch The Wire.
No, I've been watching random things on Netflix and YouTube.
Yeah, same.
I wish I
watched
had
The Wire.
watched The Wire, and I can now. And I know it's supposed to be great, but again, that kind of gritty on the block, it was too much of my life.
Yeah.
And it's like,
One thing I like about Netflix, they have a lot of good shows, but at the same time, those good shows can mess me up for a minute. Like Midnight Gospel.
What do you mean?
Like, they just make it think, like a lot. But it's like think in a way that you're just gonna keep on thinking.
yeah, it takes you to a place where maybe you get stuck. And
yeah, and I don't want to be like BoJack Horseman, Midnight Gospel. Both of those are great shows. I love them, but if I can only watch them like one time, like a full run through, because the 6 seasons of BoJack Horseman, I was like, wow.
Do you want to come over here and participate, or?
Sure.
I mean, you don't have to. I mean, no one's,
No, I mean, but him talking off camera is probably difficult for people to.
Well, it's fine. Hello.
I've been watching. I binged all night, and part of today. I binged Raising Dion.
Okay.
Which is really good. Really good.
What is it?
It's supernatural, but it's about a little black boy who's 8 years old, 7 years old, 8 years old, and his dad is Michael B. Jordan, who was a scientist and the Aurora Borealis that he went to look at along with a bunch of other people, changed the makeup of his body, like their ions got converted around. And so now Dion is next generation. Like all of that is a secret. People don't know that.
Right.
But there's a scientific company that Michael B. Jordan used to work for when he disappeared / died. But it's really good. It's second season came out maybe a month or so ago, and I'm watching second season now. But it is a lot of black people.
Yeah. Hey.
Black sci-fi.
I'm hungry.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what that means?
No.
I'm done.
Is that what that means?
Yeah. It's time to eat.
So
I've done a lot over the past
so
days.
it's 45 minutes of.
Yeah. I think we got what we needed for now.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm also hungry. I like to eat. And I've done a lot over the past few days, and I really just want to like eat and just relax.
Maybe next time you should eat before we start.
No, I can't do that.
Or maybe you should eat breakfast later to carry you through.
I didn't really eat breakfast. I've been very busy. So
Well, that's a problem.
Well, it's something that occurs. That being said, I'm gonna go now. So I hope that you guys have a great rest of your week. And I guess have a fun Super Bowl.
Do you have anything you want to say to the people?
I don't know. I hope the Rams win.
You learned to like
Thank you.
football.
Yeah.
Here's your glasses case.
Oh, thank you. Well, to most of you who like football, have a great Super Bowl.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye. You have to put on deodorant. Oh my God.
Oh, I don't smell you. Let me see your face. Are you using this stuff and washing your face? Because now there's a whole bunch